There's one thing that I see a lot of nonprofits accepting as the norm when they're picking a CRM, but it's actually a really important part of evaluating, and that is the interface. Because let's be honest, if your staff can't figure out how to use the system quickly or how to click the right buttons to do their job, I guess it really doesn't matter how powerful it is. When I work with nonprofits and have conversations with them, I hear a lot of stories about platforms like Salesforce or Blackbaud or Tessitura. They're powerful, they're really big, but they can feel really overwhelming. There's a lot of menus, there's a lot of clicks, and oftentimes a very steep learning curve. And when you've got turnover, which let's face it, happens a lot, or you've got a lot of volunteers coming in and out, that steep learning curve can make adoption next to impossible. That's why choosing a tool that's easy to navigate and honestly just makes sense is super critical. It means that your new staff can get up to speed quickly, volunteers aren't intimidated, and your team actually uses the CRM instead of just avoiding it. And adoption actually drives value. If no one's using the system, then what is all of that investment for anyway? So let me show you what I mean. If your team needs a CRM that people actually enjoy using or doesn't make their eyes feel like they're getting plucked out, then HubSpot might be a really good fit. It's not just about features. It is about usability. It is about adoption. And it's about making sure that your staff can focus on generating impact instead of struggling and fighting with their CRM. When you look at HubSpot and the different objects that are inside of this CRM, one thing you'll notice is that it's very organized, and it makes sense with just a little bit of looking at it. So I'm inside of a contact object inside of HubSpot. As you can see, I've got the contact name, I've got all of the contact details here on the left side, and then I also have, for the instance of this demo, membership information, or maybe it's donor information, whatever that is. Those kinds of properties are going to be on the left side of an object record. Again, this is a contact. This middle section here, that's where you're going to see all of your engagement activity. What kind of calls have been had? What kind of emails? What kinds of tasks have happened? What has happened in terms of submitting donations or volunteer opportunities? All of that will be on this center feed, and it's going to be the same across objects. And on the right side here, that's where you have associations. Is this contact associated to a company? Are they associated to a household, as you can see over here? Maybe we have volunteer information. Are they associated to a certain event? That is all the stuff that will live on the right side. And it doesn't matter if I'm in a contact record or if I click here and I'm in a donation record or a record that came through when someone gave to my organization. I'm going to be oriented immediately. I know what's on the left side, I know what's in the middle, and I know what's on the right. Doesn't matter what kind of object record I'm on. And this is the kind of ease of use that's going to make it very simple for your team to adopt a tool and really start to leverage it to help them do their jobs better.